We made it. We're just waiting in line to get on the ferry. We've been sitting here for, I don't know, at least 20 minutes so far, maybe longer. And there were so many cars that were already here. It's wild, you can see all kinds of cars. And they just go back further and further. I can't show you, sadly, but I guess some people get here up to 2 hours in advance, but probably just because the line is so long. I guess if you want to get on early, you've got to get here early, but lucky for us, since we're considered an oversized vehicle because of our length and our height, we get to go over to this row, which lets us get on a little bit quicker and probably off a little bit quicker too, but we'll see. Locked in tight. After checking out the scenery from the top deck, we found some seats near a window to enjoy the ride. With some poutine, of course. When in Canada, right? Well, we made it off the ferry. We're officially on Vancouver Island. Already, the first impressions are that this place is really big and not your typical island. At least not what I would think of as an island. There's a heck of a lot going on over here. Seems like you wouldn't really need to leave unless you want to. We are leaving Nanaimo this morning, and we are going to head around the island a little bit, at least one part of the island, and do some exploring. So we're going somewhere I'm pretty excited about. I haven't quite told David what they have there. But I'll give you a hint, they have grass on the roof and something else. Alright, we've made it! You might be able to see there's some grass and some other things on the roof. I'm not sure it gets much better than this. Goats on the Roof Country Market got its start as a fruit stand in 1973, eventually evolving into the sod-roofed market it is today. The goats have been up there seasonally, cutting the grass for over 30 years now. We truly enjoyed our stop here. It was such a charming market, full of cute trinkets and tasty-looking delicacies. If only we had a bigger fridge. Be sure to check out the website to learn more about this awesome local spot, oldcountrymarket.com. And if you're wondering, no, we weren't sponsored by them. We just thought it was a cool spot. Here's our loot. What'd you get, Dee Dee?
Got a Nanaimo bar.
Nanaimo.
Looks like it's got some chocolate cheesecake and something else chocolatey on the bottom. Should be pretty good. We also got some sausage and some candied salmon, some olives, and some specialty chocolate milk.
Oh boy.
Should be good stuff. So I've been thinking about this goats on the roof thing since we've been in the store. Really, it makes a lot of sense. If you're gonna have grass on the roof, how else are you gonna get the grass cut? Might as well have a goat up there eating the grass, keeping it short. These are our working goats.
What a fun little spot. Oh, there he goes. He's moving to greener pastures. All right, so we left the goats on the roof and went down the road, and we're doing a little hike to some waterfalls. So we'll see how it goes. For now, we're just gonna be hiking down to them. Pretty.
Reminds me of that spot in Glacier.
It does. Looks a lot like that rocky spot in Glacier. The other side.
Alright, we're on our way back from Qualicum Falls. It was a nice short little hike. Pretty cool bridge with some nice clear water and a big valley. On our way back to the truck, where I think we've got another stop somewhat close by where we can get the kitties out. On our way back up the stairs. Good job, my lady. Before our walk, we stopped and talked with the sweetest lady who lives nearby. And she was telling us that some of these Douglas firs here are close to 800 years old. Apparently their bark also is a little bit fire resistant. So that's how they're so old. And there are certain places on the island where you can see where the bark on those trees is black. And that's from when there have been forest fires and the trees are able to withstand that. Even though these are such big, tall, old trees, they get uprooted when there are really strong winds here. You can see this one's just been cut in half. Still green. It must have happened recently. We got some very good advice though. We were told that if it gets windy around here, we should get out of the forest. So we'll have to remember that.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder.
We think we're getting pretty close to our camp spot for the night. It's not too late, although it does seem like it's gotten pretty dark since the rain came in. It's not raining too hard, but definitely pretty cloudy. So we're out on a forestry road. We hear this is called Crown Land, which seems kind of similar to BLM land back in the States. But it's a little bit bumpy, down a gravel road, and hopefully it's going to pan out for us.
sky sometimes hides behind the clouds. Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder.
This spot on Crownland was quiet and serene. Aside from a few passing cars, we had it all to ourselves. And once the sun came out, it felt like we were in the enchanted forest. We liked it so much that we decided to stay a few days, and then a few more on our way back through. Looking back, it's still one of our most memorable camp spots. It was just so good. And it was just what we needed. A place to rest after several weeks of sprinting away from winter. We're making our way towards Tofino, and these roads are so windy. It really winds you down through the mountains, and I haven't felt car sick in a long time, but David can tell you I was just really struggling. It's been pretty intense.
Yeah, she even had to get the trusty old medicine bag out and take a little bit of Gas X to try to soothe her stomach some. So.
Oh, yeah, hopefully won't have too much longer. It says we're only about 9 minutes from our first stop, so hopefully we'll get there quick. We're making our way towards Tofino, but stuck in a construction zone that is just wild. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, this seems to be another one of those situations where they're building the road from the foundation up, because they have completely ripped everything out. I'm pretty sure we're just driving on some mud right here.
So we just picked up some fresh halibut from a local spot, and David's taking it back over to the truck camper, so I thought I'd show you some of the views. We're actually parked right on the other side of this harbor. We're going to be camping for the night. Pretty nice spot. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up or not, but we're seeing something that looks kind of like dolphins. We haven't seen their tails though, so I'm not sure that that's right. Could be sea lions too, because in the distance you can hear so many sea lions just barking away. We're gonna walk over and see if we can get a better view. We have several starfish right here. Who would have thought? A few steps from our camp spot, you'd see all kinds of oysters, sea lions. Oh, look, there's some
right
more.
There. Yeah.
Starfish. Crazy.
Oh, there he is. Popped his head up.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Sometimes love is a river running strong, moving like a wave through a rocky riverbed.
Oh, there's some more.
There's so many of them.
Sometimes love is a dancer in the dark, spinning, laughing,
right along.
Yep. Wow.
Every time I think of you, well, something happens in my mind. And every time I try to leave, you're keeping me occupied. I'm losing track of time. Losing track of time.
It's cold and windy out here, but it sure is worth it. What cool things we found. It's wild too because we're just right next to the camper. There's definitely some perks to a life like this. And I'd say this is one of them. You never know what a day will bring. Good morning! So we got up and we've left the harbor. It rained for a good portion of the night and it's still raining today, so I'm not sure what we're going to get up to. It was actually kind of hard to sleep last night, not because of the water, but because of the sea lions. They were so loud. They barked for most of the night, I think really until the rain started. Pretty wild, but that's kind of a cool problem to have. But anyhow, today we are trying to decide what we're going to do with the rain. We had hoped to go and check out some of the beaches around here. They're supposed to be really nice, but the rain has just been pouring, so I'm not sure if that's going to work out. But we'll bring you along and we'll see what happens. Going on a hike in the rain.
Wow, look at that big tree.
Wow! Look at that!
That thing's huge.
Huge!
That's like 3 trees.
Look, I'll stand here so you can see how big it is.
Yeah. Give me a little bit of scale.
Look at it! Look at me.
That's a big tree.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah. Pretty. Like the roots on that one. Look at that. Looks like you could live in that little house underneath that tree. See what's inside this tree. Whoa.
Ooh. Oh wow! Look at that. It's
Nice
lovely.
little lookout.
Mm-hmm. Wow! Look at these views! It's cold, it's windy, there's a little rain, but this is pretty cool.
At least it's pretty.
At least it's pretty. Look at all that sea foam churned up. We found another little viewpoint. Just a short walk from the first one. It definitely smells like the ocean right here. Smell that salt water.
Mm-hmm.
All of this volcanic rock reminds us of Hawaii. If you just looked out at the water, you could pretend you were there. Some of these trees have moss like we saw up in Alaska. Still haven't figured out what it is. Definitely makes it look a little furry. This trail is so nice. Got all of these fun little viewpoints you can walk up to. What was that?
I don't know what that was.
Must have been a sea lion.
Must have been a sea lion. Where's he at? Maybe he's hanging out on one of these rocks.
Right?
He sounded angry.
He did. Maybe he was hoping for a sunnier day.
Yeah.
We're heading into a little tree canopy. All natural. How pretty. David has to go climb a rock. At least he won't be jumping off it this time. At least as far as I know. He made it. How was it?
Pretty good.
Were the rocks slippery?
No, they were very sharp though. I wouldn't want to fall. That would really hurt. As I was doing it, I was thinking about all those videos of people in like Hawaii climbing on rocks like that. And then a big wave comes over and wipes them out. And I was like, this probably isn't a very good idea.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yep. To the left there's some more of them.
Not sure if the camera picks it up, but there are tons of seals out there.
Yeah, they look smaller than a sea lion, so.
They do.
A big seal or some sort of sea otter or.
They look too big to be sea otters, but I guess, well, maybe not. I don't know. Hanging out together pretty close to the rocks.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a great spot to be hanging out with those waves rushing in.
No.
Maybe they enjoy it.
Maybe they like the thrill.
Yeah.
That or the waves have just pushed them in.
Look, these ones are even closer.
I know. Wow. That's a big tree. I can see why they call this Ancient Cedars Trail. I'd like to know how old this guy is. Just massive. And we made it back. All right, we finished up our hike and headed back into Ucluelet. I think I'm saying that right. This nice town where we camped last night. Picked up a couple of things and just wanted to show you the water here. It's starting to rain again, so we're just in the vehicle, but it's pretty nice here right by the water. You can see a fishing boat. I'm not sure if he's coming or going, but I think we're gonna head out, make our way a little bit inland for the night. Looks like something out of the French, like that's where the French would live.
Yeah, right on top. All right, we got a treat here that we got a couple days ago, and we've been meaning to eat. We just haven't got to it yet. It was from the cool store with the goats on the roof and the grass. It is candied salmon. Out here, we've got 100 grams of the stuff. I'm gonna open it up and give it a taste. Really struggling here. Alright, there it is. Looks tasty. Almost looks like raw fish, but it's supposed to be ready to eat, so I'm gonna give it a try. It's pretty good. It's almost got like a very moist jerky texture. Pretty tasty. I gotta make Rachel eat one now. Tyga is very interested in the candied salmon. She is eagerly trying to be our second contestant to taste the fish. She is especially trouble also when we have cooked salmon for dinner, halibut, really any type of steak. She is right there next to us, always trying to get a bite. So we'll have to keep her at bay. It seems there's a mosquito in the camper now, so she has to go tend to that matter to help Nutty. I think you can hear Nutty in the background. She might catch it. Nutty's not very good at catching bugs though. Tyga is much better.
It was a couple hours drive where we were the last couple days, but we are heading to the port to make our way back to the States. So we've just got a little bit longer and we should be there. Apparently we do US Customs over here in their port before we get on the ferry, which I guess makes sense. So we're gonna do that and then get in line for the ferry. Hopefully all goes well and nice and smooth. We'll see you soon. All right, sitting in line for the ferry. Waiting for customs to come around. Apparently they just come to your vehicle. So that's nice and easy.
Here comes the ferry. Pulling right in. Definitely a little bit smaller than the one we just took, but still a pretty big boat.
Just losing track of time. Just losing track of time.
Washington is very in view, so we're pretty close. It hasn't been too bad, a little bit choppy at times, but nothing like some other ferries we've been on in the past. So should be there shortly.